All right, let's jump back to our mockup. And the last thing that we need to add is this, which best describes you. And boy, isn't it nice to do something simple once in a while. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this bit so we can get the styling right. I'll create a new file. We'll call this contact type label. Now, if you don't have Photoshop, you can find this as the 39th step. You can just copy this file into your design screenshots folder and rename it to contacttypelabel.png. All right. And let's go back to our index.html and we'll change the screenshot that we're using here. I'll refresh. There we go. All right, so this is really just some text. It seems like a paragraph is probably a good HTML element to use for this. So we'll do P and I'll type in the text. We'll save it and refresh. Okay, and let's add a class to this so we can style it. So we'll do contact form and we'll do type label. And then we'll jump over to our contact form and we'll add a new selector here. And so now we'll need to adjust the size. So let's take a go. We'll do px2rem, and I'm gonna guess 22 pixels. The color looks good, but the alignment needs to be centered, so we'll do text align, center. And I feel like it's possible that we may need to up the weight of it, but sometimes it's hard to tell until we get it the right size. It also looks like it's sharing the same letter spacing as our other elements, so let's add that in there. Letter spacing, we'll do 0.1 em. Let's save this and refresh. Okay, so not bad. It looks a little big, and I think we do need to bump the weight up. Now that we have a selector, we can go ahead and play with the styles here in the browser. So we'll change the font size here. We'll try 20 pixels. That looks a little closer. And let's up the weight. So font weight, let's try 400. Let's try bold. Okay, so it seems like 400 is probably the closest. All right, so I'm gonna make these permanent by jumping over here to our styles. We'll change the font size to 20 and we'll add font weight 400. Save this and refresh. And I want to check out the spacing really quick between these two items here since they're connected. So I'll go back to our design. And it looks like the spacing between these and between each of the other elements is consistent. So now it looks like there's just a subtle difference between the margin here and the margin here. So I'm gonna make a quick adjustment. Let's inspect this element again, and I'll adjust the margin bottom. Let's try 16 pixels. Okay, that looks a little better. Let's bump it down even more. Let's try 14 pixels. 12. All right, 12 looks like it brings it in close enough. I'm gonna jump back to the design. Yep. That looks better. All right, so I'll make this style permanent here. I'll save it. All right, so congratulations. You've created and styled a complete form, including some very troublesome elements, like radio buttons and select elements. So give yourself a pat on the back and let's dive in and do the next thing.